Well, that deer that I dropped off earlier, it's about a week ago. It's ready now. So, hey, I'm headed back to Lowville, heading up to Miller's, where I drop off most of my deer. They do just a phenomenal job, and the awesome thing about them is that, like, you can take beef up there. I've had a cow done up there. I've had pigs done. I mean, they're never too busy. They can handle whatever you're going to give them, They do just a phenomenal job. They got a wide variety. So, I take all my stuff up there. So I'm heading up to Lowville today. And, I thought I'd talk about, we've quit drinking, okay? Understand that what we're talking about today, we've already beat drinking. We've quit drinking. Now we want to learn how to live this new life. All right, and one of the first steps that we can do is, we need to look at our friends. We're heavily influenced by the people that we hang out with. So I want to surround myself with good people that have my best interests in mind. So I can't just continue living this drunken lifestyle by hanging out with all the same drunk people and going to all the same drunken places. I've got to make some changes. Where do I make those changes? First stop is the friends. So let's say I got a friend that I told that I quit drinking. I don't drink anymore. But whenever we go golfing, he always brings beer. And he always pulls one out and says, "You want one? You sure?" You see, he's tempting me. He does not have my best interests at heart, okay? He does not want me to grow. He doesn't want me to learn anything about this new life. He wants me to stay right in the sewers with him, and be his drinking buddy is what he wants. So you got to cut him loose. You got to cut him loose. He is not somebody you want to be around. I might have another friend who I told that I quit drinking, and he said, "Okay, I won't drink around you anymore." But all he wants to do is talk about the good old days, right? The good old days. And he's going back 10, 15 years to try to find something funny that happened at a party somewhere. We got to talk about this all the time. My suggestion to you on that is cut him loose. Now if you're convinced that he is looking out for you and he's a good dude, he just doesn't know what he's doing, well, then you need to have a very clear talk with him and be very blunt about it and tell him, "Listen, I don't want to talk about the good old days anymore." We do that. We've done that for the last 20 years. We're always talking about something in the past. You can't, I tell you what, your new life that you're going to live is not in the past. It's in the now, and it's in the future, okay? Stop looking back. And another big thing that we have to do to stop living this drunken lifestyle is not everything that I do. It's the places that I'm going and hanging out, okay? Not everything that I do has to happen at the bar, okay? I don't have to go down to the bar to watch the football game. I don't have to go to the bar to meet up with my friends before we go do something. I don't have to go to the bar to play cards or whatever. I can do all of that right at home. So, there's no more hanging out at the bar. I haven't been to a bar in years, and I do not miss it at all. Matter of fact, I have a completely different perspective on the bar. It's like a jail cell. But anyways, so there's no more bar, all right? And let's say football season is a tough time for you. You're a season ticket holder, and Saturday we load up the car and we drive to wherever the game is, and we party that night. We party all night, we get up, we tailgate all day, we go to the game, and then Monday we've got Monday night football, and now we've got Thursday night football, you know, and it's just one thing right after the next, you know, and I just drink all the way through it. Well, what I would say to you right off the get-go, the season ticket holder, as far as those games go, you know, I would say, you know what, I think it'd be a good idea for you to set that aside for just for a bit. You know, take that money that you blow on booze, just to booze alone, you know, and buy the NFL ticket so you can watch all of your team's games right at the house, get behind the scenes footage and all of that. You know, go ahead and do that. Why don't you just stay home? It's not going to be a good idea for you to be going and hanging out 4 to 6 hours at a tailgate party before the game and not drink. I mean, that is not a good idea. And you know, you gotta have some time to be able to weed through these friends. Once you weed through the friends, you pick out some good ones, maybe make some new ones, right? And you got a couple of people that you can go to a football game with and nobody's going to drink, you know, then you can start going again. But, you know, we can't just continue doing these certain things and going to these certain places, living this drunken lifestyle when we're sober. It's not going to work. We got to make, you know, there's some tough decisions that got to be made, but remember that we're talking about life and death for you, okay? The life of an alcoholic, it's a fatal disease, okay? You're going to die from it. If you continue drinking, you are going to die before your time. It could be much before your time from alcohol, you know, one way or another. You know, we're either gonna drink ourselves to death and you know, not wake up in the morning, or we're gonna get involved into a car accident and kill ourselves and kill other people, or we're gonna end up getting some sort of disease. I mean, there's a number of different diseases that we get from alcoholism. So this is life or death for you. So you gotta make those tough choices. You know, if you're not aware of it, I have some other videos that talk about drinking. The first one is Executing the Great Catch. And at the end of that video, I talk about how we need to change the way we think about alcohol. Stop glorifying it. And then I have How to Quit Drinking, part number 1, where we need to recognize that we have a problem. And part number 2 talks about ego and how to start thinking of others before ourselves. Part number 3 is spirituality, which is the backbone of the whole thing. And then part number 4, how to do amends. Very important part. So once you check those videos out.